Hello, everybody. It's Isaiah from Ascending Youth Ministries. It's been a while since our first video. We haven't posted anything. And the reason behind that was because of everything going on around the world right now. I think it took everybody by surprise. We recorded about 2 videos, but just due to all the circumstances going on, we didn't feel like it was an appropriate time for those videos. So we kind of changed it up a little bit. And I think right now, due to everything going on, it's a perfect time to actually give you guys a word of encouragement. I think right now we need it. And I love the fact that every church, every ministry that I have seen has jumped on that mission to just give hope, to just preach the word of God. Right now, we're in times where science has failed, humans have failed, but the only thing that has not failed us is God. And it's so beautiful to see that every church and every ministry has jumped on board on to just shine light during these dark times and shine light during these times of uncertainty with the word of God. And I want to read to you guys one of my favorite Psalms that was actually given to me as a little kid when I was about 12 years old. I was going through some stuff as a little kid where I was always scared. I did not have peace. I would have nightmares all the time. I believe I was going through a lot of things spiritually during that time. And I remember reaching out to my pastor, Pastor Escamilla, and she gave me this psalm. And for the longest time, for years, I would just read the psalm every night before I went to sleep. And I would write it down so it can just be embedded in my heart. Through everything that is going on, I'm able to find peace in it, and I believe you can find peace as well. So the psalm is very known. It's Psalms 91, and depending on what translation you read it will say different things, but I love this translation in NIV. This is like this: whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Now this is a psalm, but I also believe it is a promise for our lives. The first thing that we see here is whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High, the Most High being God. He who dwells. Dwell means to live. Dwell means to actually spend time with God, in that place where it's just you and God. You're dwelling every single day. The literal definition for dwell is live in or at a specific place, or it says think, speak, or write at length. Dwelling takes devotion. Now, the promise here is if we actually devote ourselves to God and we devote to spend time with Him, and we can spend time with Him wherever we are, whether it be in our house, whether it be at work, those that are still working, whether it be in our vehicles, in our cars, whatever the case may be, if we actually dwell in those places, the promise is that we will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Now, it's really cool that it's using this analogy, shadow. When you're in a desert, when it's a very hot day, you actually look for a shadow. You look for something that you can go under and find rest. And I think right now, where everything is so chaotic, where everybody's going crazy, everybody has doubts, everybody has this fear, we're looking for that shadow that we can actually find rest. And we find it with God. We find it as long as we're dwelling in the shelter of the Most High. We find our rest through Him. The second verse says, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. After finding the rest in the shadow of the Almighty, we can confess that He is our refuge, our fortress, and our God. When we understand and we believe and we proclaim that He is our refuge and our fortress, trusting Him comes like nothing. But the first step is dwelling in the shelter of the Most High. Dwell in the presence of the Lord every single day. You will find rest. Once you confess and you believe that He is our refuge, that He is our fortress, you will be able to trust Him. I hope that this word is an encouragement for you guys. I hope that you can just take it into your heart and just really spend time meditating on what God is trying to speak to us. His word is living, and His word gives us hope during these dark times, during these times of confusion. And if you continue to read the whole Psalms 91, it's beautiful, and I recommend for you guys to actually do that. But these two verses, I believe, is gonna play a part in us right now to actually just be able to spend time with Him, be able to trust Him, find peace and joy during these times. I love you guys, and I hope that you will continue to put your faith and trust in God. If you guys need anything, you guys can always reach out to us, and we will continue to pray for the world. We will continue to pray for the doctors, the nurses, all the first responders, everybody right now that is in the front line. Guys, whether you guys believe in God or not, just know that there is an army of people praying for you guys right now for protection for you guys. Believe it or not, we're praying for you guys because we know that you guys are sacrificing a lot, and we know that you guys are actually being used by God, whether you believe it or not. So we continue to pray for you guys. We continue to hope that God continues to move in your lives and gives you peace and rest and joy during these times. God bless you guys.